What's going on, guys? This is Brian from Hop Sauce, and you're watching another episode of Brian's Beverage Corner. And today, we have very creative. If you saw from my thumbnail, we have a very creative day. We're doing North Park Beer Company. Love the artwork already. I'm going to talk a little bit about the brewery, and then we're going to get into the beers. What's up, Eric? I saw you coming in already. So now, North Park Beer Company, although not been open for too long, is very interesting. A lot of the About Us section on their website is kind of about the owner and the head brewer, the master brewer. So his name I have right here is of course, my computer knocked off half of it. So it's cool because this guy was all about game design. Came out here, Kelsey McNair. He was all about game design back in the day. He came out to California with a dream to be a game designer. That was what he wanted to do. But his love for the craft, culinary, like culinary stuff and chemistry, took over, and he took that creativity that he wanted to bring to the gaming community and put it in beer. So it was very interesting. So on their website, it says that basically he began home brewing in 2004, and from then everything just took off. His IPAs won awards. He was winning home brewing awards like crazy, and in a category like IPAs, that's really incredible. And then his determination and everything like that. He just kept going and going and going and going. And finally, in 2016, he opened up North Park Beer Company in North Parks of San Diego, which is cool. So the About Us was super short. So that was kind of it. It talks a lot about him. Definitely go to their website and read it though. It is definitely interesting to read. I just don't want to take everything away from the website because I feel like everyone should go support their stuff, should go support the website, support the company, read the history on their own. It's great to have little tidbits here and there, but I never give the full history, or else there's really no point. So the beers I chose, I basically did it based on the artwork, and as always, so I picked three. I think I have these mixed up here. There we go. So we have Peach Whip, Tikicito, and the Incredible Honk. Now this one's interesting because it wasn't on the website, so I don't know much about it. I actually had to do research outside of their website to get information on just the style and what they put in it. But we're gonna start with the first one. So the first one is Peach Whip. So I like the cartoony craft. I talked about it in other videos. I think it's awesome. I think it's very creative to see people do that. And I love the little peach guy with the nice car. And this is a peach milkshake IPA. Coming in at 7.5% alcohol. Milkshake IPAs are very interesting because they can go one of two ways, and we've seen it on the show before. Back in season 1, we did Shebin's Ice Cream Shop Milkshake IPA, which is a straight up vanilla milkshake IPA, and it tasted like drinking ice cream. And that threw me off because I've never tasted a beer so sweet before. So the way they make it a milkshake IPA is they add a lot of fruit, a lot of sweeter products like vanilla bean, which is in this one. They'll add milk sugar to it to give it a more frothy, a more fuller flavor to basically, complement and elevate those sweeter flavors. And I think we've had one other one on the show. I can't remember which one it was, but I had to assume it was a cherry or strawberry cream, because I knew it wasn't another regular one. But I want to see what this looks like, because sometimes they come out super thick, and sometimes they come out looking like a regular beer that just tastes like one. milk like a straight root beer float. See, Eric was on that episode, I believe, so he knows what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. So I will say, I always start from the lowest ABV and work my way up, and this is 7.5. So already off the bat, we're at a higher ABV content than normal. So that's how it came out. I like the little bit of head they got going on here. It does look creamy. Now I know that's kind of weird saying that for a beer, but with the color scheme and everything like that, and just like the super haziness, like can't see through it, very foggy. Ooh, that smells really nice, actually. It's definitely something that the whole presentation of this beer, besides the way it looks, because it looks fantastic, is all going to come down to how it tastes. Because some milkshake IPAs take that sweetness way too far and they ruin the beer. But so far, and from what people have told me in the area, North Park is very good, and they, they're definitely a cut above a lot of places in San Diego. Now, San Diego's a huge, craft beer conglomerate. They always have, there's like 1,000 places to go get a beer here, or craft beer, something specific. But I've been recommended North Park Beer Company for a couple of weeks now, and I'm excited to try this out. So that's, hold on. So definitely not like the other one. This is definitely its own completely different flavor. And the peach flavor, let me see if there's anything on the can that I missed. Peaches, milk sugar, and Veracruz vanilla beans. I don't taste the vanilla that much. I kind of taste the peach over everything else. But it's interesting. I can't really put it into words what else I'm tasting here. Now, milkshake IPAs are like something that's been coming up the last 2 years, so not very long. Unless there's like another company that's been making them for like way longer, in which case, like, please let me know and I'll check them out to fact check me. But it's interesting. I can't wrap my brain around this flavor. It's super unique. It is refreshing. It is smooth. It's not harsh. There's no overbearing flavor. There's no pungent odor or anything like that. Oregon for microbrews. Interesting. I'll have to look into it. But there's just something about this beer I just can't. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it the right way without misrepresenting what it is. But it's such a it's not fruity, it's not creamy, but all the flavors on the label are there. It's just not what I expected. Now, if I had to rate that, now let's try the other ones, and then I'll rate all the beers at the end. Just to give a fair shake, because I don't want to say that it gets this score, and then I have another one that's even better, and then I already gave that one a high score. So the next one on the list, coming in at 8.5%, is the Tiquisito, which is a sour ale. Well, it's an Imperial Berlinger. So Berlinger, like I've said before, is a German-style sour. Oh, there's a lot going on in this one. Milk, sugar, pineapples, oranges, raw coconut cream, and nutmeg. So this is going to be explosive with flavor. Now, I'm very biased towards sours, so I have a feeling that I'm going to rate this one super high. I like the label. Oh, I'll pour this out first, and then I'll talk about the label. Ooh. That was it. Immediately. Ooh. I like the logo. I like the happy face on it. I like the happy tiki face. It's cool. Classic, almost like vinyl wood design. Color scheme is awesome. Very vibrant, very eye-popping. Definitely I would not say the peach whip was like a smoothie. It definitely didn't taste like a smoothie to me, but it was just like I said. It was just imagine just a beer with that combination of flavor just prominent in what it in the taste. It was good. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I mean, granted, like I don't know. I've been hit or miss on these milkshake IPAs, and I don't know if I would get like buy them consistently, or maybe like I prefer this like more like in the winter or something when it's warmer for a thicker or colder for a thicker beer. I don't know, but I just caught like a small taste of this already, so I'm just going to show you this one real quick. I hate my lighting; it doesn't do me any justice. This one came out more yellow. When I poured it, I noticed the color difference immediately. This is definitely more yellow, more of that pineapple color, and I smelled it, and that pineapple is there. It is potent. It is. This smells like pineapple, like straight pineapple juice, and I have a feeling this is going to be almost like a pina colada sour, just based on like the flavor content, minus like the oranges, but like all that coconut and that pineapple and stuff like that. I feel like this is going to be like a pina colada sour. I'm kind of excited for it now that I've smelled it. Oh my gosh. Yes. Just yes on this one. This is a full sender. I would really buy like a 12 pack of this. Eric, we will talk later about getting everything set up. I know we have the list written out, but we'll talk. Automatically, Brian's beverage corner first. This is a full send. Yes. Tiquisito. This is fucking delicious. Straight up. Excuse my language, but that is amazing. That flavor combination is perfect. If I had to give something a 5, like a 5 out of 5 straight out the gate, it would be this beer. This is amazing. The color is great. If I had a taller glass, the presentation would be a lot better. You'd see probably a lot more of like the fullness of the beer. But this flavor, that pineapple, it's don't get me wrong, it's a sweet. It's almost like a sweet sour. It's tart. It's tart, straight up tart. But oh my goodness, I'm sorry, like I'm lost for words again. That flavor is just so perfect. So they mix this with like a lot of fresh, like buckets of fresh coconut, and then put coconut cream in at the end. But it tastes all natural. This tastes super natural. It is really good. Anyone that's into fruity beers or sour beers or just like want something different in general, boom, full send Tiquisito North Park Beer Company right here. You heard it here first. Bro, I can't get over it. It is something. It is something else, man. It is completely something else. I've had a lot of sours. I've had really good sours. I've had some bad sours. This is definitely in my top, at least in my top 3 sours. This is for real one of the best sours I've ever tasted in my life. I can't. I've never been hit by a flavor that hard before, and I've drank a lot of beer in my like 4 years of being legally allowed to drink. But holy shnikes, man, that is something. That's something else. How am I going to come back from that? Oh man, this one. Oh, before I continue, let's talk prices for a second. So I did buy these individual cans at a craft beer place. So prices may fluctuate depending on where you find this. Obviously, if you go directly to the source, the prices will be different, especially if you get a growler. Excuse me. So the peach whip was $5.99 for the one can. Actually, not a bad price. These 16-ounce small, like this is a microbrewery. This is a super small operation. So that price is very good. I have no issue paying that price. So the Tiquisito believe was $6.99. Still worth it, 100% worth it. So a lot of times people like won't dive into new stuff because prices fluctuate super high and super low with 4-packs and 6-packs and stuff like that. You got to understand craft beer, especially on the microbrewery level. You're getting small batch no matter what. You're getting a limited supply on everything. Even if they make it year round, even if it's a consistent staple, like you're still it's not a massive operation. They're doing what they can, and they're selling it out and they're distributing it to other stores, so you don't have to come to the local location. But $5.99, $6.99 for some of these craft beers. Certain companies, I would say no, but something like this, 100% yes. Now, this is the mystery of mystery, and I really hope that. So I want to give a huge thank you to North Park Beer Company because they did. So they acknowledged our Instagram post about them, and I always feel honored when a company or a brewery, reaches out to us or likes a photo or anything. They don't even have to comment on it. The fact that they just see it and they acknowledge that, hey, we're giving them credit for something cool, means a lot to me. And this was the first one on the new channel that has reached out to us. I know in the past, Eric can vouch for this. We've had some big names either A, reach out to us, or B, acknowledge our posts and stuff like that. We've had Maine Brewing, which I think is still the best brewery on the East Coast. They reached out to us on Twitter. 6 Point was always supporting us. I think Dogfish Head reached out, maybe not reached out, but definitely has liked a couple of our photos. We've done a lot of their beers. I'm trying to think. A lot of local places. I know for Jersey-wise, Dark City, Icarus, places like that, they've reached out to us. I stay in contact with some people from the beer industry that I've worked with individually, that I've done orders for. So I'm still kind of in the loop with that. Unfortunately, I'm not in Jersey, so a lot of what I hear now is not really relevant to me anymore because I'm on the West Coast. But definitely it is something special for me to do this, and for a company to acknowledge that I'm doing something on their product is awesome. So the last beer we're doing today, and I think is also the coolest design, is the Incredible Honk. And I love the design. So the Incredible Honk was definitely going to be on the show no matter what. When I went to the store, by the way, another shout out to South Bay Liquor, that dude knows his shit. That guy gets the best beers. He is the best beer selection that I've been to since being in California. Mine is going directly to breweries themselves. I know there's a bunch of stores in San Diego, a couple craft beer places that I haven't been to yet, and Liberty Station and stuff like that. But this guy knows his stuff. And when I saw this, I immediately picked it up off the shelf. I think this was the first one I picked out. I think the Tiki one was second because I saw it was a sour, and I was tied between Party Cup and Peach Whip, and I wound up seeing the eccentric beer flavor, so I went with it. So the Incredible Honk is a double dry hopped gooseberry hazy IPA. Now, I had to look up what a gooseberry was because I honestly thought it was just a made up thing that they used for the can. It exists. It's almost similar to a black white or a red currant. So that's pretty cool. So it is it's indigenous to Europe and northern Africa areas, but there are some places in the States where they do grow. Now let me see if I'm missing anything here. Nelson and Citra hops. So that's the only thing I missed. So I'm interested to see how this tastes. So this comes in at 8.9%. So this is the highest of the three. So basically, I kept it relatively in the same ABV content. I'm loving this color scheme on these beers, guys. North Park, you're killing it with this colors. So I don't know if it's going to be tart or not. It's a hazy IPA, double dry hop, so I'm assuming it's going to be hoppy. All the flavor is going to derive from the hops and the style in which it was made. depending on how much gooseberry and if they use concentrated juices from juicing them, if they used full fruit in the mixing process, so it was more of an infusion. It all depends. So if you use an infusion method, or if they like cut them in half so that the juices can flow and infuse that way, you're going to get a whole different flavor than if you crush it and just strictly use juice concentrate. It smells hoppy. I can smell it immediately. But it smells good though. So I know, like, for some people, like, hoppiness is not a big thing. They don't like it because it's hard for like non-regular beer drinkers, non-craft beer drinkers to get into a crafty brew because of how hoppy it is. Now, I believe you gotta try everything once, because you never know. There could be a company that does a flavor 100% correct to your taste buds, and you'll enjoy it. So let's try this. It's interesting. I do like it. Not as hoppy as I thought it was going to be. Definitely very light for how high the ABV is. I wouldn't consider this a summer beer. I think this is more of like an early spring beer, because I do taste a little bit of thickness to it. But I've never had a gooseberry straight, so I don't know if what I'm tasting is the gooseberry. It's not tart, not tart at all. Not creamy, nothing like that. This is a classic style double dry hopped hazy IPA. So if you notice throughout the episode, a lot of their now, granted, this is strictly from what I picked, so I could have brought in 3 completely other beers and been saying something completely different today. These are very hazy. These are on the thicker side of beers, minus like a stout or like darker beers like amber ales and stuff like that. But regardless of that, they do not, and I repeat, they do not risk flavor for style, and their mixtures, the way they brew it, however you want to put it, they're doing something right. It's a great beer. Balanced, very balanced. So I've noticed that all their beers, minus the Tiquisito, are heavy balance, which means that their flavors all equal each other. Nothing overbears the other. And it's just enjoyable. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know if I just got so blown away by the Tiquisito, but this has probably been one of the major like wins on the show today. The peach whip kind of threw me on a loop, because I don't know. There's something about it. Like, it was just not. I was expecting something completely different from what I got, and that threw off my entire track. So let's bring these beers back into frame here, and let's rate these, because that's what this is all. That's what this show's not mainly all about. But this is what the big part of it is. Peach whip. Out of 5, I'd give it like a 3.3. So I think there's more that could be done with this. I believe that they could make it a little more creamy, a little bit sweeter. Not that people drink beer for sweetness, but I believe it's a great beer. But I feel like there could be some improvements on it. So a 3.3, I think, is a great score for it. Now the Tiquisito, also, actually, I'm going to bump it to like a 3.4, because I love this design. I keep a lot of the cans, and as you saw in the photo I posted the other day, or 2 days ago, I keep a lot of the cans from shows I do. Not every can and bottle in that cabinet were done on the show, especially the vertical series for Stone. I buy those for myself. A lot of the Enjoy buys I drink on my own time. So sometimes I do hit up. When I was in Georgia, I'd go to Florida for Total Wine, but there's no Total Wine out here. So sometimes I just find stuff randomly when I'm out and about in the shops. But I made a huge, basically, like, I've been getting told North Park, North Park, North Park for a while. So finally, I was able to go out and find a plethora of options, and I could literally do another episode on these guys because their beers are just so good. So 3-4 on the Peach Whip. Tiki Cito. I'm personally, Brian Fuchs' opinion only. Boom. 5. Straight 5. There's nothing I would change about this. You don't have to tone anything down. You don't have to add anything. You don't have to, sign a deal with the devil or anything like that. I believe this was straight perfection in a can. I will be finishing this after the show. I'm surprised how high the ABVs are for sours. Usually they're a little lower, but I'm cool with that. I'm completely cool where it's at right now, 8.5. It's a great in the middle, and the flavor was literally out of this world. I cannot stress that enough. Finally, and I would love to hear more. I'm going to reach out to these guys straight up. I'm going to call or something because I want to learn more about these guys. I'd love to learn more about this beer. The Incredible Honk, I'd give it a 3.6. I believe it was brewed very well. I believe the balance was completely balanced. Everything weaved together. Would love to know what extra flavor I was getting from that gooseberry. I don't know a lot about the fruit. I don't know how potent it is, how pungent it is. How strong. Basically how strong of a fruit flavor comes from it. Because some fruits are very mild. Or if you add sugar or something, it opens up a whole other category like grapefruit. But because grapefruit can be bitter, and then you put a little sugar on it, and it's amazing. But definitely a 3.6. I believe the style they chose was perfect. I believe the way they brewed it was great. 8.9 for a hazy, a little high. But it is what it is, I'm not going to knock people for their ABV content. A lot of people, especially craft beer drinkers, only want to drink 1 or 2 beers at a time. They're not going to drink a whole 6-pack in a day unless they're psychotic. Well, if it's 8.9, they're psychotic, at least in my opinion. But nevertheless, for those of you that watch my show out here in San Diego, North Park should definitely be on your list. And if it is already on your list, you might want to move it up a couple spaces because I believe their beers are something special. And I'll definitely be talking to Eric a lot more about what we're going to be doing with the show from here on out. I know I keep saying it every week. It's just hard right now with everything going on. But North Park Beer Company, I know you've seen the post. B, if you've watched this episode up to this point, thank you so much. You guys did an awesome job. I'll definitely be in contact with you guys as soon as I can. And as always, I'm Brian with Brian's Beverage Corner and the boys in Hop Sauce. And drink responsibly. It's another great day out today in sunny California. I don't know if it's a scorcher in New Jersey like it has been the past couple of weeks. But overall, very happy camper right here. Have a great day, guys. Drink responsibly.